Hey guys, we're here to tell you why we ditched our Roadtrek Zion and upgraded to that.
What is that?
A Grech Terreno Ion to 2023.
Could you imagine if we talked like that all the time?
That would be pretty funny.
It'd be pretty annoying.
Yeah. Okay, we don't actually talk like that.
Yeah.
But that's what the video's about.
It is, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had
Roadtrek.
2016 Roadtrek Zion for
Used.
2 years. We lived in it full time.
Yeah.
And then just
About a
weeks
month
ago,
ago,
about a month
yeah.
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Emily found us this amazing Grech Terreno Ion.
Yeah.
So you probably haven't heard of Grech, maybe. We
Yeah,
didn't.
We didn't either.
Yeah.
I had been searching. We had talked about upgrading for a few months, I think it was.
Definitely.
Because we wanted one of the key important things was the battery life.
Which we had pretty much none of in the Roadtrek. It had a battery, but every day was like a balancing act. And we say that because we never plug in. So we pretty much 100% boondock. So we don't hook up to electric, we don't hook up to water, sewer, none of that stuff. And we just like to be out in nature. We're wildlife photographers. That's what we want to do. And so it was a challenge.
We couldn't use the refrigerator.
Yep. No refrigeration for 2 years, people.
And we could microwave. I could do maybe a coffee, two.
If it was really sunny, you would get a good 3 coffees microwaved.
But by the end of the day, if I still wanted a hot tea at night, it was I don't think so.
Yeah. So battery power was really a challenge on that van, but we still managed to make it work, and we lived in it for 2 years. So that was a big, important upgrade.
Yeah. When it came to upgrading, we were really power was key priority. Then it was tanks.
Yes, and by tanks,
We're talking black tank, because we live in it.
yes.
Gray tank, or not gray tank. We don't
It
use
is
the
a gray tank. Yeah, we don't use it much.
We don't really
but
care about the gray tank.
Yeah,
But
freshwater.
The freshwater.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Roadtrek really crushed it on the freshwater.
Yeah.
37 gallons.
Yes, we're down to 27 on this one, but
Yeah.
seem to be doing just fine.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
we get a little bit more in the black tank now. It's a little bit larger, so we get to stay out just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I don't think we've really pushed it to the max yet
No, we
in this
haven't.
month yet.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we could probably get
go
away with
about
a week. Yeah, 7 full days of living off the grid,
Yeah.
no emptying, no adding, nothing like that. I think we should be able to do that. That's probably without doing showering with that, though.
So to speak about showers, we mostly shower either outside or using our outdoor shower or at
Yes.
Planet Fitness. Now we've just started doing that. So those are our go-to showers.
Yes, yeah. So anyway, the tanks have been working great. The power is
Incredible on this one. So that's one of the
Unbelievable.
reasons why we chose Grech.
yes.
We were looking at other brands, and then one day Ray was recording a podcast, and I just searched I was on the endless hunt for best camper, Class B camper vans.
Yes.
And on YouTube, and I just went through this list of watching this video, and Grech came up, and among the other ones. I see this one and I was like, oh, this looks really interesting.
Yeah.
And I saw the battery life, and it was way better than any of the other ones we had looked at. So as soon as he's done with his podcast, I was like, babe, I think I found us our new home.
Yep. And she did.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
3 weeks later,
Yeah.
we had one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole other story about how we got it. Maybe we'll share that at some point, but
that
to
could be a
not
fun
bore
one.
you on that.
Yeah.
Basically, what we wanted to talk about on this one is why the upgrade and a little bit about how's that going. you know?
Yeah, and
So
then-
power was one, tanks were number 2, and then everything else is just, can we live in it?
Yeah.
Does it fit how we lived in the other one? So the Roadtrek, while we needed to upgrade it and we were ready to upgrade it, it suited us really well. There was a
Yeah.
lot of things we loved about it. The layout was one. We really loved the rear bed. That was kind of
Yeah.
important. We love having the back doors open and just that being our view.
Yeah.
We spend all of our time in the back of that one and
Yeah.
this one too,
Yeah.
which this one has upgraded seating for us, better
Right.
table
2
management.
seats, so we can both sit back there
Yeah.
and use the table, the lagoon table.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else were you? Sorry, I interrupted your.
No, totally fine. And so those were definitely some kind of key points that we were paying attention to. There were some other manufacturers that had some really good looking things, but the layouts were kind of weird, or just didn't really fit.
And then-
another really important thing, I'll let you get to that in just one second,
Yeah,
was because we boondock all the time, we are emptying that black tank rather often. And the Roadtrek Zion did have a macerator pump on it.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of having to use the gravity dump where you got to
Yeah.
hook the hose up, let it go, rinse it out, store that hose somewhere in where you live, no thanks. So that one had a macerator. It was super easy. We had it down to like every single time,
Yeah.
well under 10 minutes, if
Oh,
not
yeah.
5 minutes to
Yeah.
just get in, dump, get out, super clean, no mess. We did it for 2 years. It was great. So it was kind of important to have another rig with a macerator
Yeah, you were
on it.
like, no.
This one has it,
Yeah.
and it's even a little bit more upgraded. Everything's a little bit more automatic. I don't have to like crawl under there to yank on some of the levers and everything. I just push a button now. It's actually much easier.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was another key point. So, sorry, you were gonna say?
No, I was just going to say that was like a non-argument thing for you. You were like, if we're upgrading, we have to have a macerator.
If everything else was amazing, I think I would have relented, but it was
But it's really
important.
nice
And
that
so
we have it, you know.
the fact that we get everything we wanted
Yeah.
in this, which is really what it's been, everything we wanted.
And the other thing is just the quality of the build is really
Yeah.
great, like the sturdiness of the cabinets when we're driving.
It's so quiet, guys, compared to the Roadtrek sounded like, and I don't think it was just the Roadtrek. Listen, I think it's most of them.
Yeah.
And 2 years old, driving around, almost 100,000 miles we had on that one. Like, things are gonna rattle, right? But
it was-
this one is just
Yeah.
well built, solid, quiet. There's still some noises. I mean, we have it packed.
Yeah.
Everything we own is in that
there.
van.
Yeah.
So that is, just going to be part of living in a van is some noises when you drive. But it's way quieter. The drive is great. Another important thing for you was with driving.
Oh, that was super important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
so
almost
I
forgot.
really
See,
wanted.
I remembered.
Yeah, it's really good. I wanted all of the updated safety features that all of the normal cars now have these days, but a 2016 didn't. So I'm talking like drive assist, lane assist, where the
Adaptive
car
cruise control.
helps you stay in the lane. So it had all of that, the crosswind assist, and yeah,
Just a
the
better
rear
overall-
camera, which we
yeah.
can't use anyway because we have the bikes on the back, but
Yeah.
just safety
Yeah.
for when I'm driving because I don't do it that much, but
You didn't really like driving the other one at all.
no, it was really.
This one you're going to drive more.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Yeah. So
So that was a non-negotiable for me
yeah, and it was.
because we're going, halvesies on this.
Yes.
We had to both have the features that we wanted in it. So-
Certainly. So overall, the experience to me has been, I'd say, an upgrade in every aspect. Everything has been better. It was a little bit of a challenge moving in, just like moving from any home to another, right? There's just things that are a little bit different. But in the end, now that we're used to it, and it didn't take long of just living on the road, you find out everything really quickly, and you streamline, and you resolve, and you change pretty quickly. But we have everything figured out now, and it feels just like home, just like our previous van did.
And even more so, I would say.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And I think that's, to me, it's like the best description of this van versus that van is, and I tell everybody that asks the difference, is this feels like living in a house to
Yeah,
me.
it's very comfortable. We can microwave, we can bake, which we've done multiple times already,
Yeah.
using the oven, which is awesome. We have refrigeration now.
Yay.
It's just like,
It sounds like a basic thing, but
for us, like it wasn't. So, and it's just cozier. Like the seating's more comfortable, the bed's more comfortable. Our life is more comfortable.
we also took great care when moving into this to be a little bit more thoughtful. The previous van was my first van. I got that one on my own right before
Yeah.
Emily and I met. And so we joke around, it was the bachelor pad van, and
Yeah.
it really was. So I had all of my stuff in there. I threw everything everywhere. I'd never lived in a van before.
Yeah.
It just got shoved in a place, or it got attached to the outside of cabinets, underneath
Yeah.
of ceilings, like stuff was everywhere.
Right.
It worked, it kept all the stuff, but it was cluttered. And
Yeah.
it didn't feel relaxed when you were in there.
Yeah.
There was stuff everywhere. It was hard to find things. You would open a cabinet, stuff would fall out.
Yeah, the clothes
That was the
was a
kind of
mess.
living, right?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a mess in that regard, even though it technically
And then
worked.
when I moved in, you just kind of like
We
emptied
added
out
more
a
stuff.
shelf, like you got rid of some of your stuff to just
Yeah.
make room for me. So then, yeah.
So with this one, we took so much more care, a lot more thought, and we'll show you, if you haven't seen already the inside, everything is away. There is nothing out.
We'll do another video maybe.
Everything
Show
is
more
away.
in depth.
Yeah, and it just feels nice. And one other thing I want to add about the fact that it just feels like a house to me is, in the other van, daily life, there were always sort of compromises, and the no refrigeration was an obvious one, right? But even with the electric, it was like,
do I have enough to do X?
Everything I have to do that day, or
Yeah.
do we have to drive a little bit to get the power back up on the battery so that we can do that? Or is it a really sunny day? Oh, I'm going to be fine today. It's sunny all day, but it's a cloudy day or a couple of cloudy days. The battery's really going to go, and I wasn't planning on driving, but now I got to drive somewhere just to get it back. So it was always that kind of thinking, right? So there was always this awareness that, like, yeah, you're living in a van. And of course, it's a size thing, right? And I'm sure if you haven't lived in a van, it seems shocking. But honestly, once we get
Yeah.
used to living in the van, it doesn't feel cramped ever
Right.
to us.
Yeah.
So the space issue has never been an issue for me or you, I don't
No,
think.
no.
But in this van, this Grech Terreno Ion now, it feels like you're just living in a house. You don't think about power, you don't think about refrigeration, you don't think about anything. It's just anything you want to do,
Yeah.
you just do it just like you were living in a home.
Yeah. And I would say, sorry, if
That's just a thing I love.
yeah,
So go ahead.
the one other thing too that makes it really cozy is the lighting.
Yes.
Like there's so many lighting options, so you can really customize it. You can dim them
Yeah,
to
really cool.
brighter or darker.
Which we didn't know for like a week living
Yeah,
in it.
we
just
figured
found
that
I'm like,
out.
wait, there's up and down arrows here. Let's see what this is about.
But yeah, you can like really customize what you want on and off, and that also makes it feel really homey.
Yep.
Which the other one, it's like you're clicking on and off the buttons. It just feels a lot more like you can make a nice atmosphere.
For sure.
With
Yeah.
the lighting as well. So that's just another added bonus, I feel like, with the
Yeah.
new house.
That's pretty much
Home.
everything for me
Home.
at this point. I mean, there's a lot of little things, and that's what some future videos will very likely be about. But as an overall overview,
That's about it.
Yeah.
Overall overview.
overall overview.
It wins
Such
in
bad
every
words.
way.
It really does. It's just amazing all around. We absolutely love it, and we're so happy we made the change, even though I wasn't too keen on doing that mid-road trip.
Yeah, we did it in the middle of this like epically long road trip. Yeah, and our plans like massively changed in between. We were gonna get one in Oregon, and then we're like, never mind, we're getting one in Vegas, and it was a whole thing.
There was a
So,
whole thing there, but
If you-
so glad we did it
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. We're absolutely loving this place. It's been such a great thing.
Yeah.
It was just positives all around, so nothing else to say.
If you have any questions about the Grech,
Yes.
Please comment below
Ask away.
and follow along for more.
Follow some more adventures. We're
Yeah.
heading across the country in a couple of weeks again, heading back east. So there's going to be a lot of fun adventures coming up as we chase some birds, some wildlife, some friends, some hikes, and just some
Everything.
adventures. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.